Chicago Bears roster moves ahead of training camp. In a bold move, the Chicago Bears have shaken up their roster just before training camp kicks off. With rookies and quarterbacks already reporting to Halas Hall, and the rest of the team set to join on Tuesday, the Bears have placed defensive back Jaylon Johnson, quarterback Case Keenum, wide receiver Jahdae Walker, and running back Ian Wheeler on the active/non-football injury list. This designation is specifically for players who sustain injuries outside of team activities, and they must be removed from the list before being allowed to practice at training camp. The Bears' first practice is slated for Wednesday and will be open to the media, with their first public practice following on Saturday. But here's where it gets interesting. What do you think about the Bears' decision to place these key players on the injury list? Is it a smart precaution or a cause for concern? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Jaylon Johnson and 3 others out for Bears training camp start. NFL Injury Update 2024. In a surprising turn of events, 2-time Pro Bowl cornerback Jaylon Johnson is among 4 players from the Chicago Bears who will not be ready to kick off training camp. This news raises eyebrows, especially considering Johnson's significant contributions to the team. On Saturday, he was placed on the non-football injury list due to an undisclosed injury, joining backup quarterback Case Keenum, running back Ian Wheeler, and wide receiver Jahdae Walker on this list. The non-football injury, NFI, list is specifically designated for players who sustain injuries or illnesses that occur outside of team activities. To participate in practice, these players must be removed from the list, and they can be activated at any time. The Bears are set to begin their first practice on Wednesday morning, with rookies and quarterbacks having reported to Halas Hall just the day before. Additionally, the team has officially signed their 3 second-round draft picks after finalizing agreements earlier this week. In a recent appearance on The Rich Eisen Show, Johnson expressed his eagerness to showcase his skills once again this season. He also commented on the recent trend of lucrative contracts being awarded to cornerbacks across the league. Although he signed a 4-year contract extension in March 2024, he hinted at the possibility of needing to revisit contract discussions soon, stating, "I almost feel like we might have to have another discussion coming up soon." Last season, Johnson earned his 2nd consecutive Pro Bowl selection after intercepting 2 passes and participating in all 17 games. He was involved in some of the Bears' off-season training programs and was granted permission to return home for personal matters. Just last week, he hosted a football camp at Lane Tech, demonstrating his commitment to both his personal development and community engagement. But here's where it gets controversial. Are the Bears doing enough to support their star players like Johnson during their prime years? With injuries and contract negotiations looming, fans and analysts alike may want to weigh in on whether the organization is maximizing its talent effectively. What do you think? Are the Bears making the right moves, or is there room for improvement? NFL News Update: Bears place CB Jaylon Johnson on NFI list. Breaking news in the world of football: teams are making bold moves as the NFL landscape constantly shifts. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just looking to stay informed, there's never a dull moment off the field. Let's dive right into the latest events. The Chicago Bears stirred up some debate by placing standout cornerback Jaylon Johnson on the non-football injury (NFI) list, a decision sure to raise eyebrows, considering Johnson's importance to the Bears' defense. Why would a key player land on this list right before the season? The full story has yet to unfold, and fans are left speculating. Does this signal a minor off-field issue, or could there be more beneath the surface? And this is the part most people miss. The NFI designation isn't always straightforward, and teams aren't required to reveal every detail. Meanwhile, the New Orleans Saints have landed defensive end Jonathan Bullard, bolstering their lineup as they prepare for upcoming battles. Bullard, a versatile veteran, could bring crucial depth and leadership to a defense that has struggled with injuries. Could this under-the-radar signing be the spark the Saints need to recalibrate their pass rush? But here's where it gets controversial. Should teams be more transparent about why players are placed on injury lists like NFI or PUP, physically unable to perform? For example, recent league headlines show a flurry of similar roster changes, the Raiders listing defensive tackle Christian Wilkins, foot, and the 49ers sidelining wide receiver Brandon Ayuk, knee, on the PUP list. Elsewhere, Chargers running back Najee Harris is expected to begin training camp on the NFI, and the Bills moved rookie defensive end Landon Jackson to the PUP roster. Each of these moves sparks questions about transparency, injury management, and roster strategy. And this is the part most fans overlook: these lists don't just impact player availability, they also play a strategic role in how teams manage their 53-man rosters and salary caps. Misunderstanding these designations can lead to heated debates, sometimes even accusations that teams are using the lists to hide deeper issues or gain a competitive edge. Beyond player movements, teams like the Vikings have also stepped up off the field, pledging $500,000 to assist with Texas flood relief efforts, a powerful reminder that football's reach goes far beyond touchdowns and tackles. On the trade front, the Miami Dolphins finalized headline-grabbing deals for tight end Darren Waller and defensive back Minkah Fitzpatrick, moves that could reshape their season. To top it all off, fan-favorite traditions are coming back, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers announcing the much-anticipated return of their classic creamsicle uniforms for a game, fueling even more nostalgia and anticipation across the league. Now, let's spark some discussion. Do you think teams should be required to explain every roster move in full detail to maintain fairness with fans and the media? Or are these strategic secrets part of the game's intrigue? Which recent transaction surprised you most, and why? We want to hear your take on these contentious issues in the comments below. Don't hold back, this is your chance to have your voice heard.